So historically, there's been several independent groups in the United Kingdom and Italy, in the United States, uh, throughout Asia that have published scientific reports and studies that corroborate the anti-inflammatory activities of these molecules. So we have no reason to go and reinvent the wheel. We've looked at these literature reports, and they're bona fide. So given that this has been well established in the literature, now keep in mind this is basic research. So I think the question came up earlier about clinical, and I think that's a really important question because that's what separates what we do at a university lab setting versus what you would have to do to bring these things to market. And I totally understand that. I'm not ignorant to it, and that's a Herculean effort. But that's your problem, Akeem, not mine. So there's no doubt that there is efficacy in a cell or animal model system that's been shown. We've looked at other aspects of efficacy that haven't been explored. We do very clever, drug screening platforms to look for, novel targets and novel therapeutics. And some of the work that's come out of this, and it's actually been corroborated just a year and a half ago out of Harvard, that these molecules, canflavin specifically, are very potent anti-cancer molecules. And so that's something that came up on our screen, and it's nice to see when other people that are independent come up with the same sort of thing. And so I won't get into the molecular details, but we've got very strong evidence that we'll publish in the next probably 3 to 6 months that talk about how these molecules could also be used in that space. So that's the scientific evidence. What we're working on now really depends on the direction of you and your vision. So, we're willing to try anything that makes sense to attach efficacy claims to Canurta and products 1, 2, 3. That's something that we're wide open to. And I should add that working at a university is a very interesting atmosphere from the perspective that we have a lot of resources here. I mean, I work closely on the same floor with neurobiologists, plant biologists, analytical chemists, and ecologists, and they're really good at what they do. And we have a lot of resources in terms of infrastructure too. So there's a lot we can do here at the university to sort of spearhead preclinical work and do the sort of things that Health Canada looks for before they prescribe a clinical trial.